Okay, welcome to Big Patman's Famous Chicken Soup. First of all, we're going to get a pot and we're going to heat that up. And we're going to add a coating of vegetable oil. What we're going to do is we're going to brown our chicken for our chicken soup. So we'll let that oil heat up and we'll add our chicken. And the chicken we're using is thighs and legs. You could also cut up a whole chicken and use the same thing. I'm going to slowly put that in. We'll do a couple batches at a time. So we'll let that go a couple minutes, flip it, and we'll put another batch in. Okay, we'll flip these around as best we can. Sticking a little bit, but that's fine. And when is all that flavor? It's okay if you lose some of the fat. We'll just throw it right back into the soup. So do the best you can. We'll brown that and let that brown a little more. Then we'll take those out and put another batch in. Okay, we're browning the second batch. Then we're going to take these out and add them into some water. And what we're going to do next, after we brown our chicken, is slowly add it to some boiling water and into another pot. You want to be very careful. You don't want boiling water to splash all over your face or anything like that. So be very careful putting it in. And we're going to let this boil to a low boil for about 45 minutes to an hour. All that fat goodness in there. And we'll cover that up and bring that to a boil, and we'll simmer that for, like I said, about 45 minutes to an hour. Meanwhile, back to our chicken that we browned. We left the grease in there and the chicken fat that we want the flavor for, and we're going to add some chopped up carrots and brown nose, just to bring out the flavor a little. Mix it around good. Oops, piece of celery in there. That comes next. That's next. We'll let that brown a little bit, and we'll take these out, and then we'll add the celery. Okay, that's starting to look a little nice, a little brown there. You want to over brown it, so we're going to take these out. What we're going to do is add the celery next. And we'll let that brown a little bit. And then we'll take that out. And then we'll add some onions. Okay, we're starting to get some color here, so get some nice browning. So that's trying to come out, and we'll add our onions. There's no particular order to add this stuff. You could add the onion first. You could add celery first, carrots. Just don't over brown them, because we're going to return this to the soup for about 15 minutes to finally finish off cooking. So, all right, add the chopped up onion. Mix that around good and let it brown a little. That's almost done. I'm adding a couple of cloves of chopped garlic and a small green pepper. Mix that around. Give that a minute or two and we'll take all this out. soon as you start smelling that garlic really good, that means it's time to get out. So we're gonna take all these out, put them in a bowl, and we're gonna add all this back to our soup later. Okay, it's been an hour, so we're gonna take this chicken out and let it cool off and debone it. Take all the meat off the bones. So we'll carefully transfer this into the bowl. And we'll let this cool down for about a half an hour or so. We'll remove the fat and skim some of this fat off the broth. These white pieces are garlic. I threw smashed a couple cloves of garlic in with the chicken as it was boiling. Give the chicken a little garlic flavor. If you like garlic, I advise you to do that. If you don't like garlic, don't do it. But fish around the bottom, see if you have any large pieces of chicken or chicken fat or whatever. Okay, we took our chicken out of the pot, so we're gonna add our vegetables that we brown later. So carefully, slowly put them in. And we're gonna mix those around and let those simmer for about 15 minutes. So we'll bring this up to a simmer. And we'll simmer that for 15 minutes. And now we'll start our noodles in a separate pot. Okay, to our soup, we're going to add a bag of corn, frozen corn. And we're going to bring that to a boil. And we're going to wait till that comes to the boil, and we're going to simmer that for 5 minutes, and then we'll add our noodles in and let that simmer for 5 minutes also with the chicken, and soup will be almost done. So we'll return this to a boil and then we'll add the other stuff. Okay, our corn's starting to come to a boil. What I want to do now is add my parsley. I have some fresh chopped parsley. I have that. I have a teaspoon of pepper, a couple bay leaves, and a tablespoon of kosher salt. I'll mix those in really well. We're gonna add our chicken. Mix that in. And then we're going to add most of these noodles. We don't want to overfill this pot. Yeah, I guess we could add all the noodles. And what we're going to do now, since we cooked the noodles halfway, is bring this back up to a boil and let this cook or simmer for about 4 minutes. Stir once in a while, and our soup will be done. We'll give it a shot. Give it a try. Smells and looks magnificent, I'll tell you that much. All right, bring that to a boil and simmer that for about 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, this is starting to come to a simmer. So like I said, we'll let this go for about 5 minutes and we'll put it in the bowl and give it a try. Okay, let's give this a shot. Looks excellent. Try this broth. Yep, it is. Oh my God, good. They said try this recipe, you'll love it. All right, Big Pat Man's Chicken Soup. Keep it moving, keep it flowing. See you next time.